Welcome to Sport Beach at the Cannes Festival of Creativity 2024. My name is Etingue Kum. I'm a leader in the custom and marketing practice of Deloitte, and I'm very excited to have a conversation today with Lisa Kirkland. Do you want to give a little bit introduction about yourself before we get started?
Will do. Thank you, Menez. My name is Lisa Kirkland. I'm a senior marketing director at Ecolab. Super excited to be here. I'm a part of the BECA program, and we participated in a Cannes competition, and I had the opportunity and privilege of winning, and I'm here today in Cannes, loving every minute of it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for that. I think it's an understatement to actually say that Gen AI is top of mind for marketers today, right? Across every conversation in Cannes this week, everyone is trying to figure out how to leverage the power of Gen AI to optimize marketing campaigns and programs. What is your point of view on the role of Gen AI in marketing overall?
I think when we think about AI and marketing, and the buzzword for marketing for years has always been customization, personalization. Like, how do you target consumers? How do you give them exactly the content they're looking for? AI makes that super easy, right? So the things that we did weeks trying to figure out and look at different copy and create different, scenarios and options based on demographics and targets, you can do that with AI in seconds. So it gives us that power to really customize efficiently.
Okay, great. Yeah, I think that's a topic, across the board that we're hearing, efficiency. So it's not only about personalization and acquisition, but also around efficiency, right? I think that's a good one. I think there is also one around DEI. What's the impact of Gen AI to drive more inclusive campaigns or inclusive marketing overall, to drive more inclusion overall? What's your point of view on that?
I think when you think about Gen AI, a lot of it is still based on the data and the inputs. And so I think as marketers, when we look to use that tool to help drive inclusion and drive diversity, we just have to make sure the data is good and that inclusion is there. And so obviously with generative, it learns, it teaches itself. So I think the more we give inputs and feed that are based on inclusion and based on diversity, it will just continue to help us. But I do think there's still a little risk, and you have to make sure you're really synthesizing the data and understanding kind of the output, right? So there's still some human intervention where you have to say, is that good? Is that going to really work for my markets or my products? But it definitely gives you that efficiency and speed, and it has the capability to learn and help us do that even more.
Lovely. I mean, you said something very insightful around data, right? One of the key capability to make Gen AI really valuable to marketing, also in the context of DEI, is to have the right data and to remove the bias from the data. Do you want to highlight your point of view around that a little bit more?
I think that's where some of the human intervention comes in, right? And so to your point, we have to remove the bias. We have to make sure the data that's there is representative of all, right? And so that's where I think it's a challenge for marketing. And when we see kind of results that make us question, we can't blindly just say, let's just trust the output. There still has to be the intervention to say, is this right? Is this inclusive? Does this work for our markets? But I think over time, it will get better because we know it's teaching itself. There's definitely technology out there now, right, that allows you to map and kind of scrub even more. And so I think this is going to continue to help us get better.
Yeah. And what do you think are the biggest challenge right now for organizations to actually do that, right? I mean, if it was so easy, right? I think everyone would be doing it today.
Yep. I think it's almost trust, and I think in some ways organizations are still learning to accept and use AI. I work in a product-based business, and so for us, our formulas have been everything, right? Like proprietary technology formulas. And so when you start saying to marketers, you can, put your copy and you can put stuff on AI, people get really scared. And so I think one of the challenges is going to be learning to trust the technology, figuring out how to work with it so it can become a useful tool and not something that we're afraid of. And I think some companies, the tech companies are embracing it and using it, moving fast and furious. And I think other marketers in different industries will have to learn to kind of trust and build that agility and figure it out.
It's great. I was thrilled to attend your presentation yesterday at Etingue Beach, where you talk about that topic of intersection between Gen AI, marketing, in DEI. And you've been engaged in a variety of conversation. I know you have a speech later also at the Female Quotient today. Like from all those impressions, insights, conversation of this week at Cannes, What are the main takeaway for you, Lisa?
Engage. I would say, this is my first trip.
Okay.
It's not going to be my last. But coming here, everyone has been so open. And, you talk about creativity and innovation, and that intersection happens when you engage. Whether you're standing in lines or waiting on dinner or at different talks, people just want to share and think as long as you're willing to jump in and engage, that's where the learning starts and the creativity.
Yeah.
And that's what's been great for me.
It's great. What are you looking forward as we think about Cannes 2025?
I think Cannes 2025, when you come back the second time, like you no longer have the newbie feeling and you know where to go first and you know all the tricks of the trade.
That's helpful.
So I'm looking forward to that. And I think too, just each year, I think as you start coming again, you kind of say, what can I go and bring back to my team?
Okay.
So looking forward to kind of seeing, what'll be the hot topics, what will I be to take back to my team. So really using it to kind of leverage and help me grow and grow my business when I go back to the company.
Great. Awesome. It was wonderful to have you, Lisa.
Thank you, Manette.
For
It's been
sharing
great.
your insights. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.